Hey guys, welcome to M&M IELTS. In today's video, I'll be sharing a couple of words or phrases that you can use for your IELTS writing so that when you use these words and include them in your vocabulary list, you can make the most out of these words, create a great impact on the reader, the examiner who's checking your test, and you can get a very good writing score because we all know that vocabulary plays a significant role when it comes to IELTS writing. So let us understand these words, and also I will share the meaning of those words or phrases that I'll be using so that you know what is the exact meaning and you exactly know where should I use these words, because if we don't use those words or phrases in the correct place, then there is no point of using them because you're not really sure of the meaning and you might use them at a place where you shouldn't be using them. So what I would encourage is you should write this list down. Not only you should write down the words or phrases that I'm sharing, but you should also write down the meaning that I'm sharing so that whenever you refer to your notes, you exactly know the meaning of those words and phrases. Let's get started. The first one I have for you is a very straightforward one. You might have heard this in a nutshell. A very good phrase, I would say. When you are willing to describe something briefly, you can use this in a nutshell. Next is hurdles. It is like an artificial barrier or a barrier, or instead of using challenges and obstacles, you can use the word hurdles. The next one is forbidden fruits taste sweeter. This is a phrase, or you can also call it a proverb. You can use this phrase to describe a situation where you feel that you want to say that you often want things or stuff in life, or you are often running for things and stuff in life that you actually cannot have. You're actually falling for those things. That is when you can use forbidden fruits taste sweeter. It means that the fruits that you cannot have and you know that you cannot have, you actually want them. That's why they taste sweeter. This is the phrase that can be used. The next is irrefutable. So when you want to describe something that is not possible to deny, you can use this word called irrefutable. The next is infringement. Now, infringement is usually used when it comes to describing breaking of any law, violation of laws, rights. So if you are describing something when it comes to violating a law, you can say infringement of the law. Breaking of law, you can say infringement of law. So it means breaking and violation, mostly used in terms of rights, laws, rules, etc. Next is foster. Now, foster means to raise, to cultivate, to nurture, or to bring up. So when you raise a kid, raise a child or a pet, you foster them with your warmth, with your love. So which means when you want to use this word, it is like foster with warmth, foster with love. That means you're raising that particular person or a pet or your child with care and love. That is the meaning of foster. Raising someone, nurturing someone, or bringing up someone, right? The next is interplay. Interplay means, let's say you have action between two or more things that have some effect on each other. So if you go to a park or a garden and you see that there are so many living creatures around you, for example, trees, plants, flowers, insects, butterflies, birds, etc., etc. All of these together make that view look beautiful, and they do have interaction with each other. They do have effect on each other. So when you want to describe something that has effect on each other, you can say interplay between flowers and birds in the park was a satisfying view. So interplay means the effect on each other, their interaction between each other. That's a very good word to use. Next is self-esteem. So we all use the word self-respect a lot. Instead of using self-respect, you can also use the word self-esteem, as it means the same. The next one is redundant. Redundant means no longer needed. So if it can be someone or it can be something, when they are no longer needed, they are made redundant, you get rid of them. That is the meaning. You can also call it superfluous. Superfluous. Spelling is superfluous. Superfluous. So Superfluous is a little difficult word, but yes, redundant is a word which is good. It is easy to use, and it is very easy to keep that word in your dictionary, as in your mental dictionary. You will not forget it because you may have heard it sometimes. Next is overlooked. Not a very difficult word, yet something that you don't use a lot. Overlooked means when you fail to notice something, you've overlooked it, right? Let's say someone has done some efforts and they've decorated the house, or the area, a specific area of the house is decorated for you. Maybe it's your birthday or something like that, but you overlooked it. You failed to notice it. That is the word, overlooked. You did not notice it. You missed it. Next is burgeoning. This is one of my favorites. When you want to describe something that is rapidly growing, okay, or is flourishing, then you can use the word called burgeoning. Next is outweigh. Now, outweigh means when one thing is heavier than the other, or one thing has greater impact than the other, you use the word outweigh. For example, you can say advantages of using the credit card outweighs the disadvantages of using the credit cards. That means advantages have a heavier impact. They are better than the disadvantages. So you can use the word outweigh. Next is an easy one, demerits. Instead of saying disadvantages, you can say demerits. Instead of saying advantages, you can say merits. So when you want to use this word advantages and disadvantages maybe multiple times in your writing, the next time you can use merits and demerits instead of advantages and disadvantages. Last but not the least, pen down. Pen down means to write down. So if you want to describe something where you're saying you want to write these things down, which means you want to pen those things down. A good word, I like it a lot. Try to use it in your speaking and writing both, because it is a very different word and will definitely have an impact on your writing section. I hope you like this video. I would highly recommend you to use these phrases or words that I've shared today. Make sure that you understand the meaning and then use it, so that you can judge whether or not you should use it at the place where you want to use it. And I'll be coming up with more such words, phrases, both for speaking section and writing section, so that it becomes very easy for you to go through those words and try and use them in your exam, because not everyone has the time of reading so many books and multiple pages. Best thing to do would be to listen to these videos, come across new words every single day, and try and use them in your practice. I'll wish you all the best. Bye for now.